Listen, man, no one's gonna tell you this, but I will. There's a secret that men rarely learn until it's too late. A truth hidden behind the noise of dating apps, social media validation, and endless advice about being yourself or opening up. The truth is this: you lose her the moment you become too available, not because you're too kind or too loving or too interested, but because availability is the death of desire. Think about it. When a man is constantly there, ready to answer every call, to respond to every text, to soothe every insecurity, what happens? He becomes predictable, he becomes expected, and he becomes boring. Desire isn't born from certainty, it's born from mystery, from challenge, from the push and pull of presence and absence. You see, women don't crave men who lay their entire selves bare on the table. They crave men who hold something back, men who have a life beyond her, men who don't need her approval to feel whole. That's why silence is one of the most powerful tools a man can wield. Silence isn't emptiness, it's presence wrapped in restraint. When you stop chasing, when you stop giving her constant access to your attention, you create space. Space where her mind begins to wander, space where she wonders why you're not around, space where desire grows in the absence of fulfillment. This isn't a childish game of playing hard to get, it's a strategic reclaiming of your power. Most men confuse silence with rejection, and they crumble. They text again, they call again, they explain themselves, but that breaks the spell. True masculine self-control is the ability to sit in silence without desperation, to be distant without bitterness, to withhold without resentment, because in that silence, you show that you are not ruled by need, you are ruled by choice, and choice is magnetic. Let's dig deeper into why this works. The female brain is wired to respond to emotional uncertainty. It craves stimulation that triggers dopamine, the chemical of reward and pleasure. When her environment is predictable, her brain releases less dopamine. She loses interest, but when you pull away unpredictably, her mind churns. She replays your last words, your last gesture. She imagines what you're doing. She wonders if you're thinking about her. That dopamine spike, it's the primal chemical fuel for obsession. But this only works if your silence comes from strength, not weakness. If you retreat because you're hurt or unsure, she feels it. The subtle scent of neediness kills attraction faster than anything. Instead, your distance must be calm, confident, deliberate. It must say, I am whole without you, but I am also valuable enough to be missed. This is where true masculine energy lives. Now, silence and distance don't mean emotional coldness. They mean emotional discipline. You don't become a ghost or shut down your feelings. You simply choose when to give your attention. You decide when to be present, because a man who is constantly present loses value. A man who shows restraint commands it, and women feel that on a visceral level. This is why your texts shouldn't flood her phone, why your calls shouldn't be endless, why your explanations should be minimal. Instead, you build mystery through absence. You create longing through restraint. But let me be clear, this isn't about ignoring her or being disrespectful. It's about prioritizing yourself. It's about recognizing your worth outside of her validation. It's about living a life so full and compelling that your presence is a privilege, not a right. When you do this, something remarkable happens. She starts to notice you differently. She starts to crave your attention because it's rare. She starts to obsess over your presence because it's no longer guaranteed. This is the brutal, transformative truth every man must face. You don't attract her by chasing her. You attract her by being the man who can live without her. Because desire isn't about who needs who more. It's about who holds the balance of power. And the power lies in silence. Power lies in distance. Power lies in self-control. So how do you practice this? First, stop the urge to fill every silence. When you feel that itch to text her again, to call, to check if she's thinking of you, don't. Sit with that discomfort. Breathe through it. Focus on something bigger, your goals, your growth, your mission. Second, live your life fully. Pursue your passions relentlessly. Build your career, your body, your mind. Create a world so rich that her absence doesn't diminish your joy. Third, own your silence with confidence. If she texts and you don't reply immediately, don't apologize or explain. Respond when you want to, on your terms. Fourth, don't justify your distance. Explanations are a trap. They reveal vulnerability that's better held close. Finally, build emotional resilience. Face your fears of loneliness and rejection. Become comfortable being alone, because a man who fears solitude is a man who will chase. Remember, this path isn't easy. It asks you to be uncomfortable. It asks you to be patient. It asks you to trust that withholding your presence in the short term builds desire in the long term. But it works, because women don't just want your time. They want your value, your mystery, your strength, and nothing kills that faster than desperate availability. So be silent, be distant, live your life, and watch how she starts to obsess over the man she can't fully have. If you carry this truth deep inside you, your relationships will change, your confidence will grow, and you will become the man women don't just want, but need. That's the power of silence. That's the power of distance. That's the power of masculine self-control. Own it. Now take a breath. Let this sink in. And remember, the strongest men are not those who shout the loudest, but those who hold their silence with quiet power. If this message hit home, take a moment to reflect on it deeply, and then take control of your silence and distance starting today. If you want more guidance on mastering your mindset, emotional control, and navigating the complexities of modern dating, make sure to subscribe and watch the next video, because growth is a journey and you don't have to walk it alone. Stay strong, stay steady.